Tales from the Dirty Spoon. The Dirty Spoon was never just a diner. It was a Southie institution, a greasy, loud, slightly sticky temple of comfort food, bad decisions, and even worse ideas. Located 2 blocks from Cheater's Tavern, it had a flickering neon sign that permanently read Dirty SPOO. The N had been missing since 1979. People loved it for the same reason they loved Broken in Boots. It was ugly, honest, and always there when you needed it. Why people loved it. The spoon served food that stuck to your ribs and your soul. The coffee was strong enough to wake the dead. The hash browns were crispy on the outside and somehow still raw in the middle, and the burgers were the size of hubcaps. But more than the food, people loved the atmosphere. You could be a cop, a dock worker, a stripper getting off shift, or a mob guy hiding from his wife. Everyone was welcome, and no one asked questions. Strange goings-on and the famous food poisoning. The most legendary story involved the night of March 12, 1987, the Great Spoon Incident. 47 people got violently sick after eating the nightly special, Chef Tony's surprise meatloaf. The health department showed up, ready to shut the place down. Turns out it wasn't the meatloaf at all. Vinny, the Weasel Capello, had paid one of the cooks to spike the coffee with Ipecac because he suspected one of his runners was talking to the feds. The runner spent 3 days praying to the porcelain god, while the rest of the customers got caught in the crossfire. The spoon stayed open. The health inspector got free coffee for life. The story became local legend. The Odd Wedding. In 1985, Jimmy 2 Times Sullivan married his third wife, Crystal. At the Dirty Spoon at 3 a.m., the ceremony was performed by a defrocked priest who worked as a part-time cook. The bride wore a white leather miniskirt, the groom wore a tracksuit, and the best man was a one-eyed cook named Sal who kept shouting, Mazel Tov, even though nobody was Jewish. They cut the cake with a meat cleaver. The first dance was to Sweet Caroline on the jukebox. Vinny sent a dozen roses and a suspicious-looking congratulatory ham. The marriage lasted 6 weeks. The even odder divorce. 2 years later, Jimmy and Crystal had their divorce at the same booth. Papers were signed between bites of pancakes. Crystal kept the car. Jimmy kept the bowling ball. They split custody of their pet ferret named Lucky. The waitresses cried harder than either of them. The staff. Rosie, head waitress for 19 years. Could carry 6 plates, remember every regular's order, and break up a bar fight with nothing but a coffee pot and pure Irish contempt. Tony, the Burnt, head cook. Legend said he once set a pancake on fire just to see what would happen. His daily special was always mysterious. Big Lena, night waitress. 6'2", built like a linebacker, voice like gravel soaked in whiskey. Nobody messed with Lena. Strange menu items that came and went. The Heartstopper, 1984, a triple cheeseburger with bacon and a fried egg. Discontinued after 3 heart attacks in 1 week. The Weasel Special, a suspiciously cheap mystery meat sandwich, only available when Vinny needed to move product. Love Potion pancakes, Valentine's week only. Regular pancakes with extra maple syrup and a wink from Rosie. The Breakup Breakfast, 2 eggs sunny side up with toast split down the middle. A typical night. You'd see dock workers flirting with off-duty dancers, old men telling war stories, and the occasional couple falling madly in love or breaking up dramatically in Booth 7, now unofficially called the divorce booth. One regular, an elderly retired boxer named Sal, once said, "The Dirty Spoon ain't fancy, but when your life is falling apart, there's nothing better than burnt coffee, greasy eggs, and piop."